we're on here, I just want to say a big congratulations to Brenda. Brenda just released her first single in a while, and I believe it's going on to Canadian radio in a bit. Brenda is a person, and I always tell everyone there's certain people who literally just trust the process I give them, and it works. Brenda's one of them. Rishi's one of them. These things just work. It's like anything else. There's an architecture that has foundational support that makes, if you put this on top of that, it will hold it steady. It's just how it works. And so many people try to cut around that because they've been given the idea of a world that everything is going to work out magically for themselves. That's one. If you just think about it enough, it'll work out for you. Two is because everyone's used to getting things for free on the internet, like YouTube, everything's just free. So people are just used to that. It's kind of like when we did a Berkeley lesson recently, and I literally laid out how people can make $250,000 back, and there was like maybe 6 people there because they're so used to seeing things for free. They didn't realize that when people like myself take time to help them, they should show up because they're so used to getting things for free on the internet. So that's another thing that people get tricked by is the thought of I don't really have to invest. And third is money is what I need in order to get to X, Y, and Z, and not really good songs, not really high production. They think it's money. So they'll have a song that's kind of like a demo, but they think money will make the demo sound really good, or money promoting it will make the demo sound better. It doesn't. It still sounds like a demo. So there's this processes that I've been able to kind of put together over the years that have always worked. Like I've never seen anyone fail with the process. And I think Brenda is a really great example because she drove from Canada all the way to California to work with me. So that being said, Brenda, can you kind of tell people here who are in the mentorship in the consultation course, like what has been your experience recently now that you followed the process and you're seeing how that all works?
Oh, man, it's been so cool. Like people like I haven't talked to in years, or people who I've had falling out with have been like messaging me and mending fences and just like congratulating me and just like, let's put that behind us and just like congratulate you on the song. And then people take one listen. I had like the biggest radio station in Alberta, the country station, listened to it, and they said with one listen they could tell I deserve to have a career in music, and just like things like that I've always been dying to hear from industry or from like people who listen to my music. It's like finally coming to fruition, and people have been like engaging and sharing the song like the first time they listened to it. I've been like, I don't know, people want to know what's happening next, and like I've never experienced that before, and it's just been so exciting. So
See that just, and I know you all can feel the vibration in her voice. It's almost like tear. It's almost like teary, right? You're like, because those are what we all want for each other. We want that thing that we all are passionate about. That we call it a dream, but it's really like our passion. We want that to happen for everyone. And when you hear someone's voice almost like choking up a little bit because you've had things in your brain for probably since you're a kid or probably your whole life, and then you're seeing when things line up, everything feels easier, right? It's much easier when you have a great song and people are reacting. You have more confidence to send it to more people because you're like, you know what, that radio station reacted pretty good. So if I sent this to that radio station, or I sent it to that publicist, or I sent it to that A&R, there's more confidence behind you. So it creates this inertia of energy, and that's why I always tell people you gotta kind of build up this energy, but then you have to ride the surf in, and it feels like a surf. It feels like you're doing something right, and you feel in the groove and in the pocket with what you've been imagining. And there's a different kind of aura that you would say comes off of you, a little bit of more of like okay, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm on the right path. I don't have to look back anymore and wonder if I see it. And so it's really cool. And I'm so glad you got a chance to experience this because I know when that happened for me. So it's an actual thing that you can quantify. It's a moment that goes, okay, this is real now. And it's realer than I thought it could be. So I'm just super proud of you because I saw the comments. I see when people are listening to it and they're like only hearing a hook and they're like, oh my God, and they're only hearing the chorus. So anyway, I just want to say congratulations on what you're doing. I'm excited to hear about what happens throughout the year because you're releasing Right Side, but then you're going to release Cool Yet. And so you have these really two great radio songs, or just really great connecting songs. Forget radio, just they're great connecting songs. And I'm excited over this next couple months, like this next year, to see actually what happens because this is really just the beginning. And then you're going to keep writing better songs than these. You know, that's
Mhm.
going to be the bar now. So you're going to like, okay, I gotta beat that one. I gotta beat that one. And I think that's going to get really, really interesting. So anyway,
It's a high
proud of you.
bar, but thank you so much for saying all that, Adam, and for the mentorship throughout the years. Like without you, like none of this would have come to fruition. So thank you, thank you, thank you so, so much. I
My
appreciate it.
pleasure. The reason why I love doing this is because I know that when you get to a certain level of success as well, you'll be able to help other artists because you have that kind of heart. Like you have that kind of personality, you have that kind of energy. So this is how we change the music business, is showing everyone the process that works, that doesn't take 10 years to do. You know, it's like kind of like training for the Olympics. That's how I kind of see our group. You might spend 3 years figuring out, but then once you're ready to go for the Olympics, it's Olympics is every 4 years. Now you're competing. And then you'll train and you'll do more and you'll grow. And then someone else that you'll see and you'll go, you know what? I can help this person. And that kind of passes along the energy to make the whole entire business just a better business. And anyway, so long story short, also what's really cool is that Brenda is also learning to produce. And so I heard your song in the last mentorship course, and I text you about it because I said it's you can hear the growth. And the only way you can really kind of measure growth in our businesses is audibly. You got to hear it. You know what I mean? Like you can listen to your voice 3 years ago and go, wow, I've grown in 3 years. But you have to hear it, right? Or maybe you couldn't produce a track 3 years ago, but now you can. And you're like, you can hear it. So the only way you can really gauge growth is hearing. So what's crazy is that I see a lot of people in the world not truly being honest with themselves because they're not really growing to the point where they have to be. So they go, this is great because it's the best thing I've done so far. But that's why it's important that you surround yourselves in groups like this, like ours, to where you constantly push yourself. And it's really cool, Brendan, to see you constantly pushing yourself to be better than you were the day before, because you can hear it, I can hear it, people in the group can hear it. Um, and I think that's the best way to kind of show it. Great. Awesome.